Welcome everyone to the Sports Talk with Bono and House. I think one requirement here, Bono, I think you got to have a beard to be a guest, don't you?
They're slimming, they say.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think Jim's there is a little bit more gray than ours.
Oh, I'm a little older than you guys, though. You gotta have a beard and you gotta be really good looking to be a guest. That's the criteria, right, Bono?
That's right. That's what we've been saying.
Yeah. Like I say, beard, a little overweight, and we're doing fine.
Yeah, we're perfect. We're perfect.
A couple things I just want to touch base on before we start into it. I want to give the condolences out to the Caleb Wood plays for the Sioux Thunderbirds in the NOJHL, and his father passed yesterday at the age of 53. So I just want to give our condolences out to the Woods family, and also to the Aruda and Wheatons. Our prayers and our thoughts are out to Carlo, who's in the hospital recovering from surgery. And I know you both know Carlo. And Jim, if you just want to talk about Carlo for a second, we did last week.
Oh, Carlo's a great guy. Love him to death. We're hoping and praying here that somehow turns the corner. But he's a great guy, great family man. I coach both his sons, and he's got two more sons coming up now in St. Mary's. One's at St. Mary's, one's at Cora, actually. So hopefully we get them back on the football field if there's ever football again in the Sioux. And Carl's a great guy, great family man, great football guy. His sister is Isabel Wheaton, who the Wheatons are an awesome football family also, and they just suffered a loss not too long ago of their son, which we're going to talk about later on with the 7-on-7 tournament that the boys got going for him, which is awesome. I also know George Wood. I knew him very well too. Really, really great guy, soft-spoken guy, easygoing, and good family man, and a great hockey guy. And it hasn't been a good couple days around here for the Sioux with a couple good guys. One gone and one fighting right now. So it's kind of a sad time.
And Bono, it seems like Jim knows everybody, eh?
He does. He's the man.
Pretty good for a guy that never leaves his house, eh?
Been around and volunteered and put as much time in as he has. I mean, you're going to know people.
Exactly. Now, have you gained the weight back that you lost, Jim, with this quarantine, or?
I gained some back, not all of it, and I'm back on the way down now. But the way down is not as much fun as the way up. That's for sure. So,
exactly.
That's not the same watching a football game eating a salad as it is eating pizza. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
And watching The Bachelor, like we got to be done by 8 o'clock tonight, right?
Absolutely, love The Bachelor. Me and Bono are big. We're part of Bachelor Nation. So,
now, question. Go ahead, Bono.
Funny story about that. So, I don't know how long Jim's been into this for, but it all started. We always hear Jim talk about The Bachelor, and I'm like, there's no way I'm ever going to give this a chance. Like, come on, like it's The Bachelor, right? Like, no thanks. But Jim just kept hyping it. So one day I checked it out, and I think it was about the third last episode of the season of Hannah's season, and I have been an absolute addict ever since. It is unbelievable. So it's nice.
It really is. It's terrible TV, really, to be honest with you, but it's hilarious. And it's on a lot, and there's not ever anything on TV all the time. And I watch football all weekend, every weekend, and I watch a lot of sports. So it's something me and my wife watch together, but I watch it more than she does. So
yeah. The one thing I always say is this is my argument is, you know what, there's so much drama and there's so much BS going on in the world. It's nice to just do something and just mind out for a couple hours and watch drama that you have no part of, that you are not invested in at all.
Yeah,
and it is
laugh at other people, right? So
if my wife doesn't watch it all the time, but if my wife Carolyn watches it, and if I'm in the room, I'll watch it, but I'm like not into it like you guys are.
Wow. It's fun. It's something different. And I make fun of myself about it too. That's the best part about it. So yeah.
How many? I haven't even watched it. How many guys left this year or season?
It's girls now. They
girls
just started. It's the third episode tonight.
Tells you how much I pay attention to it, eh? So I'm going to touch base. Only sports right now. We report the sports every week, and only sports right now is Lake State in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. The men's team went 0-2 against Minnesota State Mavericks. They're at Michigan Tech. All three teams are at Michigan Tech this weekend. They're basketball and hockey. The men's went 1-1 against Purdue Northwest Pride, and the women's went 0-2. So that's really, again, only sports that we can report right now, but hopefully we can see more sports coming back soon. Jim, are you going nuts with no? You can't commentate for us, and you had no football, so you going a little crazy?
Yeah, I hate it. At least this time around with the lockdown, there's sports on TV. The first time we were locked up for a while there was not even sports on TV. So at least there's something to follow. Maybe slide a wager down here and there on something that's going on now. But before, when there was nothing, it was terrible. So at least yeah. I mean, I'm going crazy. I missed the football field. This is the longest I've been without football for so long. I mean, I understand it's safety first, but it doesn't mean that I have to like it, right? So
Now, do you, again, me and Bono talked, and again, you don't know, but do you think we're going to see SaberCats football this summer?
well, I mean, we're hopeful, right? We're preparing for the fact that there will be football this summer. We talk all the time amongst the coaches and the executive of the SaberCats, and we do talk about it, but it's hard to imagine, right? Like we're hopeful, we're prepared. We've had league meetings, and everything's a go. They want to start by June 1st, but to me, unless that vaccine starts rolling out, we're in trouble. So that's my thoughts. I see on the side here there's a note from Carlo's sister Sylvia that Carlo's watching. So big shout out to Carlo, and we love you, buddy. So all the best to you.
Absolutely.
And that gives me, like I say, a little bit of goosebumps knowing that he's in the hospital sitting there watching us. I don't know if that's good or bad, Carlos. So we'll let you laugh a little bit.
Yeah, back to what I was saying. I think football in the summertime is going to be hard to imagine. I'm just guessing, right? That's a medical issue thing more than the safety thing, more than the football thing. We're ready to go if there is. They raised the age group 1 year, so the kids that lost a year last year will be able to play. So I believe that means that the O1s would still be eligible to play next year. So they kind of threw them a bone and gave them a year so they don't lose the 1 year they played. So if it does go, we're ready to go, and we're hopeful, right? So
again, we thought last year that we would have saw SaberCats this year, right?
absolutely.
So you never know, right?
You never know. Well, you never know. Maybe we'll turn the corner somehow, some way. I don't know what everyone's opinion on the vaccine is. That's a different topic for a different day. But I mean, it seems to me that that's the way out of this, and that's the only way the government's going to give us the go ahead. So I'd love to get back on the football field, and the kids. I mean, I could coach forever. The kids can only play for so long, right? So that's where it's really at, right?
And that's exactly it. And you can tell Bono's already had. Look at Bono. He's already had the vaccine. Look at his face.
That's a bad reaction for sure.
So it's the boys have just texted me. Aaron says they're having a technical difficulty, so probably gonna be a couple minutes. But
Okay, no worries. So, Jim, I wanted to ask you. I mean, Jay and I talked about this a couple of weeks ago on one of our first broadcasts. But I know that you're an OHL fan too, and follow the Sioux Greyhounds a little bit. I was curious to see. We actually had a discussion about the what they're going to do with overagers next year. Would you allow for an extra spot in the OHL? Would you allow for 2 extra spots, overage spots next year? Just because some of these kids, it's not their fault, right? Some of these 19-year-olds. How many players have really developed at that age, right? So it's nice to hear that they're talking about doing that for football. Do you think other leagues should take that up as well?
Well, I mean, it's definitely a consideration, right? You hate to see kids aged out and miss that year because of what's going on in the world, right? I mean, high school sports is different. You can't do that. They can't stay in high school for forever, although a lot of us would like to have. But it's if they do that, I'm all for it. If they want to let people play, then let them play. It's all about the kids, and there's only so long they can do it for. It's sad, right?
And that's the thing. Like we talked about a couple weeks ago, is NCAA is doing it with their sports, giving them an extra year because of this. So I think again, it's something that it's an avenue that they could look at, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know I don't know. There's two football leagues in the Ontario that play in the springtime and summertime. I don't know if both leagues are doing it. But the SaberCats were members of the OFC. They voted, and it was a unanimous vote to let the kids come back for 1 more year. I don't know if they'll revert back the next year and go to you have to be 20 to play. But for now they're letting it go next year. But I mean, who knows? Like I said, we're not overly optimistic there'll be a season this year either, right? So,
Jim, can you talk? Can you talk just a little bit too about? I know that there's some. Last year we announced that they were going to expand the Sioux Sabercats program to include an extra division.
yeah,
do you want to
we were gonna have a
talk
bantam
a
team.
little
Yeah.
bit about that and the ages and that type of stuff for people that might be interested?
Yeah, so I mean, my knowledge of the actual years are terrible. I'll use grades. Grade sevens and eights would play Sabercat football. So that's kids that are currently in 7 and 8 would play Sabercat bantam football. Then the nines and tens and 11s now, the way the rules are this year, they moved that up 1 year or two in the JV. So 9, 10s, and 11s would play JV, and then grade 12s and up would play varsity. So the Bantam team is our youngest age group. We were supposed to start for the first time. The coach was supposed to be Greg Matheson. He was all ready to go. We do plan on going again with a Bantam team, but like I said, we're all just everything's contingent on what happens with the province and what they let us do. I can tell you too. Another thing, we had started working on getting some camps going, get some workouts going, get some, we're going to do some lineman camps. We're going to get some guys into the gym throwing. And I actually had talked to Bono a little bit about this, and I had tried to contact the indoor facility, and then almost the next day we went back into lockdown, and so we shelved that for a while. So we'd like to get the kids out in the indoor facility, follow all the safety requirements. There are football safety requirements out there. We would follow everything. We'd do whatever we had to do and get some kids moving and into the back into football. But again, while we're locked down, that's all on the shelf too.
So, well, we'll talk a little bit more about that, guys, if you don't mind. But the other two boys are on about the Matt Wheten Legacy, and then we'll get back to talking about Sabercats, and we'll make sure we're done by 8:00 for you, Jim and Tony. That's for sure.
That's awesome.
So, I'm just bringing Greg and Aaron in, and I'm just going to step out, and you four can talk. There you go, Bono.
All right.
How's it going, guys?
Hey guys. So for those of you that don't know, this is Greg Caruso and Aaron Wheaton. Unfortunately for both Greg and Aaron, they've had to tolerate me as a coach in numerous sports for numerous years, just like Matt. So I know these boys very well, and I'm sure it's nice to see where they are now, and both great athletes. So nice to see you guys here today. I know we have your coach Jim Monico up there as well. Jim,
how's it going, guys? Yeah, I had the pleasure of coaching both these guys in football. Both excellent players, great athletes, like you said, Bono. And good boys. So
for this, Greg, you'll appreciate this. I busted out my old St. Mary's uniform because I know Matt would appreciate it. So I squeezed into this really tight shirt, and I have my orange shorts on, and I dug out the old hat too with all the sweat stains and everything. So I'm ready for this. So I'll let you guys. I'm gonna just hand it over to you guys. You guys can say what you want to say, and we'll chime in as we go. So maybe just talk a little bit about Matt and what you guys are doing, in his memory.
All right, sounds good. Well, first I wanted to talk about background about Matt. As most know, Matt passed away after a hard battle with internal injuries caused by a single vehicle accident on October 21st, 2020. But Matt is my brother, and in the Wheaton family, it has always been a big part of our lives. When we weren't watching it on TV, we were playing it. When my oldest brothers, Cody and Jeremy, played for the Sabercats, me and Matt would be the water boys, and if we weren't the water boys, we were playing, or we were on the sidelines doing the sticks for about $25 a game. As we got older, we got out of the SMFL stage and went to Sabercats. There's nothing more that Matt loved more than playing with the boys, going on trips. I am really honored to represent the Wheaton family in this tournament. My whole family is so grateful that we can honor this tournament in Matt's name for years to come. Well, when Greg proposed this idea to me, I was so thrilled because it had Matt's name all over it, and he loved the sport so much. So, and if you knew Matt, he'd be bragging about this right now. But I'd also like to say prayers out to my uncle Carlo Aruda, who's not is not doing so well, and was sent back to the Sioux this morning from Sudbury. He's got a lot of love from his entire family, especially, and from all of his friends and people that know him. So we love you, Carlo.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you now, Bono.
All right, sorry guys. So yeah, really well said. I mean, for anyone who knows, who's been to a football field in this city over the last, 15 years, they definitely know you and your family. You guys have been, I mean, the thing about you guys is, anything we ever needed for Sioux Minor football, you guys were always the family that would be there. That you guys, there were a few other families that come to mind, the Doers, but you guys were always there helping us. And it's true. I mean, when you think of football in Sault Ste. Marie, you think of the Monico family and the Wheaton family, it seems like, right? So I think it's an amazing idea and an amazing thing that you guys are doing. Greg, do you want to talk a little bit about the tournament itself and the idea behind it and the format, how you guys want it to look, those types of things?
Yeah, so as of now, all based around COVID, obviously. We're looking at having it on the 28th of August, right before Labor Day, just at the end of summer, to hopefully catch everybody that wants to be in the tournament, not overlapping with SaberCats and high school football. And then registration, we have forms, and we're going to have those forms probably available within the next week. Or sorry, the next month. And all it's going to be is just for insurance purposes. We're just going to need name, date, birth, number, and a signature. We're also going to be doing, so to be able to enter the tournament, we're going to have pledges per player. And we're thinking about, it's going to be about $40 pledge per player. So it doesn't need to come out of anybody. It doesn't have to come out of your pocket. You can go door to door and you can just ask for like a $5 pledge here, $5 pledge here. So we're trying, so we can do some good here and try to actually raise some good money. We're going to have two separate divisions because we really want to capture everybody. Like we want everybody that wants to be involved to be involved. So we're going to have a competitive division and we're going to have a rec division. Ideally, the way a day would work is that we want to start the tournament around 9 a.m. and then have finals go at about 9 p.m. and have it under the lights at Rocky D. We think that, like, we thought that would be a great idea, and I think it'd really be sick to have under the lights finals. So we're planning on having food there as well. We haven't exactly discussed all details yet, but we want to be able to serve food there for all players or people that are just coming by to stop by and watch. And ideally, in the future, we want to be able to throw a social on the side. So after the finals and everything, go to a local bar or maybe even a local banquet hall and have everybody get together, the football community come together as one and just have a good time together. At the social, we plan to have door prizes too, just to be able to raise some more money, like we said. And you know what? It gives you something to be able to look forward to as well.
No, that's awesome. I think that's a great idea, Greg. I play touch football here in the Sioux, and that's a great league that they have going here. And unfortunately, obviously, last season due to COVID, there wasn't a season. So I do think that that's a really good idea, and I think a lot of those teams are going to want to step in and register and play too. I do think that it's a great idea. Where's the money that's being raised going towards?
Aaron could talk about that.
Okay, so I think my family has I think we're gonna decide on the Sioux Minor Football League, but it's not completely confirmed yet. Still got to talk to my parents about it, and it's going to be their decision on
Yeah.
where it wants to go. So.
So Jim, obviously you've had the pleasure of knowing all these boys and especially Matt. Talk a little bit about the Wheaton family, a little bit about Matt. A funny story, one of your favorite moments coaching him. I know I have a couple myself, but what comes to mind when you think of the Wheaton family and specifically Matt?
Well, I think when I think of Matt, I coached Matt in Sioux Minor Football League 2 in the Pee Wee division. So I had him in grade 5 and grade 6, and Mike was on my staff, and Matt was a little bigger then. He was heavier when he was young. He wasn't later on, and he got really athletic and in good shape. And he was always a good athlete, but the younger Matt was bigger. And everybody wanted Matt to play the O line, and he never wanted to play the O line. That's my biggest memory of him. Even in Pee Wee, when he was one of the biggest guys on the team, he always wanted to play linebacker, and we let him play some linebacker, and he was good at it. And even all the years I coached him in high school, he never wanted to play line, and he was just too good at it. And that's the biggest thing about Matt. I always think of, and he loved football. He loved it, and I remember coaching Matt in grade 11, and Matt was Matt, right? He had his times when he was a little bit misbehaved, and I'm not saying anything that anyone doesn't know about Matt. Mike would tell you the same thing, and but on the football field and at practice, never a problem ever. He loved it. He lived for it, and that's what he did. That was his place, and so I always think of him, and of course he did end up playing tight end and some fullback in his last year, but almost all the time. And when he played SaberCats, he always ended up playing on the line. He was so good at it. He was a really, really good player. And, had he wanted to go to university, he probably could have played at the next level. He was a really good player. And he was a pleasure to coach because you don't always coach guys that love football like he did. And, all the Whetons are football people. And, I've had the pleasure of being around them all the time. I coached with Mike. I played with Mike, actually. That's how far back I go. We played high school football together. And then he coached it with me a little bit in Sioux Minor. Then he coached his own team. I coached Darren. I coached Jeremy. Coached SaberCats with me. So Cody, when he was around, and him come on the sidelines with us. So the whole family's been around, and great people. And one thing I do want to say to you guys too, Aaron and we have a lot of, and Greg, we have a lot of resources. And a lot of great volunteers in the SAFA organization, and we can help you guys out as much as you want. I know this is your thing, and we don't want to step on any toes, but we have a lot of really good volunteers. A lot of people that are good at handling the money side and handling the insurance side and all that stuff. And I'm not saying that you guys aren't capable, but if you need our help, you guys reach out to me and get you guys all the help you want, because it's a great cause. It's a great idea, and we want to support you guys. So if you need my help and anyone's help, you two guys, you guys know how to find me. So reach out, and we got teams of guys that'll come and help you guys. And I don't know anybody that wouldn't help out the Wheaton family. So let us know if you need anything at all.
Yeah, and also we are on Sioux Sports, guys, just so you know too. If you send us a copy of the form, we'll put up a copy of the form on Sioux Sports for you. And Jay even said he'll stream the finals of the competitive division for you guys, so people can check that out as well. Jim, when you were talking, I was just when it comes to Matt, you're right. He did not want to play O-line. But I mean, Caruso Greg was a running back for us. Anytime he needed yards, he'd always want to run behind Matt, because he was that good. And he always wanted to play D line for me too. And I needed him fresh because he just dominated on the O line. We had a young team. And so I let him go D line one game against Cora. And I think he made 3 tackles in his first 4 plays at D line, right? So obviously he played there the rest of the year, but always a team guy first, right? Unbelievable. And yeah, I'm really impressed that you guys are doing this, and I think it's a great thing, and it's a great idea. I'm assuming you want to do this annually. Is this something you would want to do every year?
Yeah, the plan is to get this going for years to come, to carry on his legacy, just so to make sure one, he's not forgotten, and like two, you know, it's a good cause, and we can do some good like in the football community too.
Yeah, and it's something that we don't have, right? We don't have anything like this. And in
No,
August,
yeah.
like you said, August, there's no football. There's pretty much everything's done, gearing up for high school. So it's really good timing. So it's an excellent thing you guys are doing.
Thank you. Yeah, no. It's just Matt loved hockey too. So, and Greg said the 7-on-7, and I know Matt loved 3-on-3 hockey because you know you go out there and you bruise, right? So, you know, the 7-on-7 is just a perfect. I don't know. It's a good idea.
No, absolutely. I completely agree. So if worst case scenario, COVID doesn't allow it to happen on the proposed date, would you guys be willing to try it again later on this summer, or is there an alternate date potentially, or how are you guys working that?
So, yeah, we're working like with end of August. That's what we're thinking. Probably right now, we're thinking the 28th of August. But it's all touch and go with the whole COVID thing, because you know that's a real kicker. But if we really can't do it this year, then we could postpone it and do it when it's all cleared up and everyone feels safe to do it.
Perfect. That's awesome. Well, guys, this platform is wide open to you guys. If you guys want to promote this every couple of weeks, we'll promote it every week. If you guys want to do anything, please think of us. And every Monday night, you're more than welcome to come on here and talk about Matt or promote the tournament or do whatever you guys want to do.
All right, perfect.
Thanks a lot for
Yeah.
having us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Before you guys go, I got one question. Both have coached you guys, right? Oh, Aaron disappeared.
Yeah.
No, you're back.
I'm back.
Okay, Aaron, coach both of you, right? Now, your thoughts on these two watching The Bachelor? Go ahead, Greg.
No,
I don't even know.
Greg, it's okay to admit you watch it too. It's
never watched The Bachelor in my life.
No, but that's nice.
I don't think I've ever heard Caruso speechless.
You talked back enough to me in my day, so I'm not used to it. But before you guys go, anything else you wanted to say? Give you one more opportunity. I know I don't know if you guys know this, but Carlo is watching. They messaged us earlier on. So if any of you guys have anything else to say, go right ahead.
I'm representing the Aruda Army Strong shirt. It's just got all of our names in there, my whole family, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we're still praying, and you know.
Yeah, and your brother Jeremy admitted on the side here that he watched the Bachelor too. So.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's okay. So.
Yeah.
He said only once.
Yeah.
He's only willing to admit to watching it once, but I know Jerry's ready to it. So.
Oh,
now is that The Bachelor or The Bachelorette? Which one does he watch?
They're both good.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. We really appreciate it. Like I said, anytime, just let us know.
Thank you a lot for having us.
Guys, thanks, guys.
Thank you. So, like I say, they're still there for a minute, but again, it's something incredible event that they're doing. Any last thoughts on it for tonight, Jim?
Oh, sorry. Can I just jump in real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Cole and Ethan and Jordan are all watching us as well. So we just wanted to send a shout out to them and we're all with you. We're all praying for you. We're all thinking about you. Obviously, we all have a pretty good relationship with you guys and your family. So you're definitely in our thoughts and prayers, boys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I never had a chance to coach the Twins yet. I'm hoping for that one day. And I had Jordan for a lot of years, and he knows how much I think of him, and my heart goes out to him in this battle, and he's a good boy, and I wish the best to him. So.
And one thing like I would mention is my wife Carrie Lynn. She runs the Wendy's on the Hill, but Jim, your son Dylan and the Rudas work together now too. So I can imagine Dylan treating those two kids.
Yeah, he likes them. He really likes both boys, and I make sure that he gives them rides when he can. Now the family's busy right now, obviously not doing what they want to do, and so he helps out to try to take care of them. They're good boys. So.
Yeah.
So.
And shout out to Ryan too. He's I don't know if he's watching with them or not, but obviously he's included in that group, no question.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, another guy, good guy there, and Ryan. So.
Oh, absolutely, all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and just before we bring Jason in, guys, we had 78 people watching that segment with those boys. So the community is going to be really behind this tournament that they're doing.
Yeah, well, it's an awesome thing, and I, like I said, we got lots of resources to help them out. I hope I don't want to take it from them because it's their tournament, but if they need any help, and I told them that we got lots of guys around in the football community that will do anything for the Wheaton family and the Ruda family. So hopefully they use us as resources, and we'll support them any way they can, and they know that. So.